10. Edinburgh Castle, Scotland. Edinburgh Castle, perched atop Castle Rock, has a history as dramatic as its imposing presence. Its tale of hauntings begins long before it became a fortress, stretching back to ancient times when the rock was a strategic stronghold for early settlers. The site of Edinburgh Castle has been a fortified location for over a millennium. The earliest known human habitation of Castle Rock dates to the Iron Age, and the earliest castle on the site was established in the 12th century by King David I. Throughout the medieval period, the castle was at the heart of countless battles, sieges, and royal intrigues. One of the most famous ghosts is the Headless Drummer Boy. According to legend, the boy was first seen in 1650, shortly before Oliver Cromwell attacked the castle. The eerie drumming, echoing through the halls and courtyards, has been reported on numerous occasions, often interpreted as an omen of approaching danger. Witnesses have described the drumming growing louder and more frantic, a spectral warning that still chills the blood of those who hear it. The castle's tunnels are said to be haunted by the ghost of a lone piper. Many years ago, a network of tunnels was discovered beneath the castle, stretching towards the Royal Mile. To explore these tunnels, a piper was sent in, playing his pipes as he walked so that his progress could be tracked above ground. Halfway down the Royal Mile, the music suddenly stopped, and the piper was never seen again. Today, his ghostly tunes are still heard emanating from beneath the castle and along the Royal Mile, a haunting melody that speaks of his mysterious fate. Another of the castle's restless spirits is that of Lady Janet Douglas, Lady Glamis. Accused of witchcraft and conspiracy against King James V, she was imprisoned in the castle and subjected to horrific torture before being burned at the stake in 1537. Her spirit is said to wander the castle, particularly around David's Tower and the Great Hall, where her suffering was most intense. Her apparition is often accompanied by the smell of smoke and the sounds of agonized wailing. During the 18th and early 19th centuries, Edinburgh Castle was used to house prisoners of war. Soldiers from the American Revolutionary War and the Napoleonic Wars were kept in dark, cramped cells under appalling conditions. Many of them perished within the castle walls, and their spirits are said to haunt the dungeons. Visitors have reported feeling sudden drops in temperature, hearing disembodied voices, and seeing shadowy figures moving through the cells. The ghost known as the Grey Lady is often linked to the 16th century royal palace within the castle. She is thought to be the spirit of a servant who died tragically in the castle, her grief and suffering binding her to the site. Sightings of the Grey Lady are often accompanied by an overwhelming sense of sadness and despair. Modern paranormal investigations have added to the castle's eerie reputation. Numerous ghost hunting groups and television shows have documented their experiences within its walls. Advanced equipment often picks up unexplained sounds, cold spots, and even visual anomalies, adding credence to the tales of hauntings. Today, Edinburgh Castle stands as one of Scotland's most popular tourist attractions, drawing visitors from around the world who come to explore its rich history and perhaps encounter its resident spirits. The castle's ghostly legends continue to fascinate and terrify, a testament to the enduring power of its haunted past. In the heart of a city steeped in history and mystery, Edinburgh Castle remains a symbol of Scotland's turbulent past and a beacon for those intrigued by the supernatural. Its haunted legacy is woven into the fabric of its stone walls, where the echoes of centuries gone by can still be heard. 9. Poenari Castle, Romania. Poenari Castle, perched high on a cliff in Romania's Argeș County, is a place where history and legend intertwine, creating an aura of haunting fascination. Its story begins in the 13th century when the castle was initially constructed by the rulers of Wallachia. However, it fell into disrepair and obscurity until the early 15th century, when it was brought back to life by one of history's most infamous figures, Vlad III, better known as Vlad the Impaler or Vlad Dracula. Vlad the Impaler, the inspiration behind Bram Stoker's Dracula, is central to Poenari Castle's dark allure. Born in 1431 in Transylvania, Vlad's life was marked by warfare, betrayal, and a relentless quest for power. By the mid-15th century, he had ascended to the throne of Wallachia, a position he would fight to keep through brutal means. Vlad saw the strategic importance of Poenari Castle and decided to renovate and expand it. Legend has it that he forced captured enemies to work on the castle's construction, driving them to exhaustion and death, their bodies allegedly buried in the castle walls. The castle's isolated and imposing location atop a steep cliff overlooking the Argeș River only adds to its eerie mystique. Visitors must climb a daunting 1,480 steps to reach its ruins, a journey that feels like ascending into another realm, far removed from the modern world. Once there, the remains of the castle stand as silent witnesses to centuries of tumultuous history, surrounded by the dense forests of the Carpathian Mountains. The haunting aspects of Poenari Castle are not just limited to its history and the bloodthirsty reputation of Vlad the Impaler. Over the years, numerous ghost stories and eerie experiences have been reported by visitors and locals alike. Whispers of ghostly apparitions, strange lights, and unexplainable noises permeate the folklore surrounding the castle. Some say they have seen the spectral figure of a woman wandering the grounds, believed to be the spirit of Vlad's first wife, who, according to legend, flung herself from the tower to escape capture by the Ottoman Turks, preferring death to dishonor. Adding to the castle's chilling atmosphere, the surrounding area is steeped in local superstitions. The forests below are said to be haunted by the spirits of those who died violently, their souls unable to find peace. The very path leading up to Poenari is thought to be cursed, with travelers often reporting feelings of being watched or followed by unseen presences. Despite, or perhaps because of, its macabre history and ghostly reputation, Poenari Castle has become a significant cultural and tourist site. Historians and vampire enthusiasts alike are drawn to its rugged beauty and the dark tales that shroud it. Efforts have been made to preserve what remains of the castle, though nature continually threatens to reclaim the ruins. The story of Poenari Castle, from its medieval origins to its present-day status as a haunted historical landmark, is a testament to the enduring power of legend and the human fascination with the macabre. Whether as a fortress, a place of suffering, or a haunted ruin, Poenari Castle remains a powerful symbol of the tumultuous history and rich folklore of Romania, forever linked to the enigmatic and fearsome figure of Vlad the Impaler. 8. Myrtles Plantation, USA. We've previously covered Myrtles Plantation in detail in another video. If you haven't seen it yet, link in the description. Check it out. For now, let's continue with today's topic. 7. Monte Cristo Homestead, Australia. We've previously covered Monte Cristo Homestead in detail in another video. If you haven't seen it yet, link in the description. Check it out. For now, let's continue with today's topic. 6. Château de Brissac, France. The Château de Brissac, towering majestically over the French countryside in the Loire Valley, is as renowned for its ghostly legends as it is for its architectural grandeur. The château, often referred to as the Giant of the Loire Valley due to its 7 stories, has a history replete with intrigue, tragedy, and haunting. Originally built in the 11th century by the Counts of Anjou, the Château de Brissac has witnessed centuries of French history. The castle that stands today, however, dates back to the 15th century when it was rebuilt by Pierre de Brise, a wealthy chief minister to King Charles VII. Its fortifications and stately halls have since been a silent witness to the tumultuous events that have shaped France. The most famous haunting of the Château de Brissac revolves around Charlotte de Brise, the illegitimate daughter of King Charles VII and his mistress, Agnes Sorel. Charlotte was married to Jacques de Brise, Pierre's grandson, in a union that was more about political alliances than romance. The story takes a dark turn in 1477 when Jacques de Brise discovered his wife in the arms of another man. Enraged by this betrayal, Jacques murdered both his wife and her lover in a fit of passion. It is said that Charlotte was killed in her bedroom, her life ending abruptly and violently. After Charlotte's tragic death, reports of eerie occurrences began to surface. The most persistent and chilling legend is that of the Green Lady, a spectral figure believed to be the restless spirit of Charlotte de Brise. She is often described as wearing a green dress, her face bearing the scars of her brutal murder. Visitors and residents of the chateau have reported encountering her ghostly figure in various parts of the castle, particularly in the tower room where she met her untimely end. Witnesses have described hearing moans and whispers in the dead of night, and some claim to have seen her wandering the halls, her ghostly presence accompanied by a cold, eerie draft. The Château de Brissac remains inhabited by the Duke of Brissac and his family, who have embraced the castle's haunted reputation. Over the years, the Green Lady has been sighted by numerous guests, often described as a sorrowful apparition with hollow eyes that seem to be perpetually searching for something, or someone. The current owners acknowledge the legends and even recount their own eerie experiences. They describe hearing unexplained noises and feeling sudden chills. Despite these occurrences, the family has grown accustomed to sharing their home with its spectral resident, considering it a unique aspect of the chateau's rich history. Today, the Château de Brissac stands as a magnificent blend of history, architecture, and the supernatural. It is open to the public, offering guided tours that delve into both its historical significance and its ghostly legends. The grand rooms, lavishly decorated and steeped in history, provide a stark contrast to the haunted tales that linger in their shadows. Visitors are drawn not only to its beauty but also to the allure of possibly encountering the Green Lady herself. The chateau has embraced its haunted reputation, adding an element of mystery and excitement to its historical tours. Those who visit are often left with a lingering sense of the past, and perhaps a shiver down their spine. 5. Bhangarh Fort, India. Nestled in the Aravalli Range in Rajasthan, India, lies Bhangarh Fort, an ancient and enigmatic structure. Built in the 17th century by Raja Madho Singh, the younger brother of Man Singh I, one of Akbar's most trusted generals, the fort is a marvel of medieval Indian architecture. However, beyond its impressive walls and once thriving town, Bhangarh is shrouded in legends and tales of supernatural phenomena that have turned it into one of the most haunted places in India. The origins of Bhangarh's haunting are deeply rooted in a tale of love, rejection, and dark magic. According to legend, Bhangarh was cursed by a local ascetic named Guru Balu Nath. The sage agreed to allow the construction of the town on the condition that it should never cast a shadow on his dwelling. The town flourished, and over time, its boundaries expanded, eventually overshadowing the ascetic's retreat. Enraged, Guru Balu Nath cursed the town, leading to its doom. It is said that the ruins of Bhangarh stand as a testament to his powerful curse, with the sage's tomb still visible in the area. Another version of the legend involves a beautiful princess named Ratnavati, known for her beauty and charm. A local black magician, Singya, fell in love with her and attempted to ensnare her with a love potion. However, the princess foiled his plan by throwing the potion onto a boulder, which then rolled onto Singya, crushing him to death. With his dying breath, Singya cursed the town, leading to its eventual destruction. Today, Bhangarh Fort is synonymous with ghost stories and eerie occurrences. The Archaeological Survey of India has put up a signboard at the fort's entrance, warning visitors not to enter the fort premises after sunset and before sunrise, adding to its aura of mystery. Visitors and locals have reported various paranormal activities in and around the fort. These include strange noises, ghostly apparitions, and a feeling of being watched. Some have claimed to hear the sound of footsteps, voices, and even music emanating from the deserted fort. There are stories of people who entered the fort after dark and never returned, or came out visibly shaken, with tales of having encountered spirits. Skeptics attribute these experiences to the psychological impact of the fort's reputation and its isolated location. The desolate ruins, combined with the eerie silence of the surrounding landscape, could easily amplify natural sounds, creating an environment ripe for ghostly interpretations. Despite the legends, Bhangarh Fort has become a popular tourist attraction, drawing visitors from around the world eager to experience its mystique. The fort's architecture, with its grand temples, palaces, and gates, offers a glimpse into the grandeur of its past. Efforts are being made to preserve the site, balancing its historical significance with its reputation as a haunted location. In recent years, the fort has also attracted the attention of paranormal investigators and enthusiasts who come equipped with gadgets to detect supernatural activity. While definitive evidence of hauntings remains elusive, the stories and legends continue to captivate the imagination of all who hear them. 4. Aokigahara Forest, Japan. Aokigahara, often referred to as the Sea of Trees, lies at the northwest base of Mount Fuji in Japan. This dense forest is infamous not only for its natural beauty but also for its dark reputation as one of the world's most notorious suicide spots. Aokigahara has a rich history intertwined with Japanese folklore. The forest covers 35 square kilometers and is known for its unusual quietness, attributed to the density of trees which dampens wind and other natural sounds. The ground, formed from hardened lava from Mount Fuji's last major eruption in 864 CE, is uneven and riddled with small caves. This unique terrain contributes to the forest's eerie ambience. Historically, Aokigahara has been linked to death and mystery. In Japanese mythology, the forest is associated with Urei, or restless spirits. One legend involves the practice of ubasut, a form of euthanasia where elderly or infirm relatives were allegedly left in remote places like Aokigahara to die, though historical evidence of this practice is sparse. These tales have cemented the forest's haunted reputation in the Japanese psyche. Aokigahara's dark reputation as a suicide destination gained widespread attention in the late 20th century. This notoriety was amplified by Saicho Matsumoto's 1960 novel, Kurwa Jukai, Black Sea of Trees, which featured a couple committing suicide in the forest. This depiction seemed to resonate, sparking a morbid fascination and a tragic trend. Each year, numerous people travel to Aokigahara with the intent of ending their lives. Signs posted at the entrance and along the main paths urge visitors to think of their families and contact suicide prevention associations. Despite these efforts, the forest continues to draw those in despair. The forest's thick vegetation makes it easy for individuals to remain undetected, even for extended periods. Volunteer search parties and police regularly comb the area, often finding personal belongings, makeshift camps, and sadly, human remains. The exact number of suicides is hard to determine, as Japanese authorities stopped publishing the figures to reduce the forest's association with suicide. Aokigahara's grim allure has permeated various forms of media. The forest has been featured in movies, documentaries, and books, often highlighting its spooky reputation. One of the more recent and notable films is The Forest, 2016, which dramatizes the experiences of a young woman searching for her twin sister in Aokigahara. Despite its ominous fame, Aokigahara remains a popular tourist destination. The forest's beauty is undeniable, with stunning views of Mount Fuji, rare plant species, and an extensive network of caves. For many visitors, it's a place of wonder and natural splendor, rather than one of despair. However, the dichotomy of Aokigahara as both a natural wonder and a tragic symbol continues to captivate the public imagination. Local authorities and volunteers strive to shift the narrative by promoting mental health awareness and offering support to those in need, hoping to replace the forest's haunting image with one of hope and preservation. 3. Poveglia Island, Italy. Poveglia Island, often referred to as the most haunted place in the world, has a dark and eerie history that dates back centuries. Located in the Venetian lagoon between Venice and Lido, this small island has seen plague, madness, and death, leaving behind tales of horror that still captivate the imagination. The story of Poveglia begins in the Roman era when the island served as a refuge for people fleeing barbarian invasions. However, it wasn't until the bubonic plague struck Europe that Poveglia's grim reputation truly began to form. In 1348, as the Black Death ravaged Venice, Poveglia was transformed into a quarantine colony. Those who showed symptoms of the plague were forcibly taken to the island to live out their final days. The dead and dying were burned in mass graves, and it is estimated that over 160,000 people perished there. The island became a dumping ground for the diseased and the dead, earning it the macabre nickname Island of Ghosts. In 1922, the island's sinister history took another dark turn when a mental asylum was established there. The hospital, however, was poorly equipped and more of a prison for the mentally ill. Stories tell of a particularly sadistic doctor who conducted inhumane experiments on the patients, performing lobotomies with crude tools. The legend goes that the doctor was driven mad by the ghosts of his victims and ultimately threw himself from the bell tower, though his body was never recovered. The asylum closed in 1968, and Poveglia was abandoned. Since then, the island has remained uninhabited, a decaying remnant of its gruesome past. Local fishermen avoid the island, fearing that they might catch more than just fish in their nets. Visitors report a heavy, oppressive atmosphere, with ghostly whispers and screams echoing through the ruins. Over the years, Poveglia has drawn the attention of paranormal investigators and thrill seekers. Those brave enough to visit the island often recount terrifying experiences. Reports include disembodied voices, shadowy figures, and an overwhelming sense of dread. Some even claim to have been physically attacked by unseen forces. Today, Poveglia stands as a haunting reminder of its past. The island is off-limits to tourists, and permission to visit is rarely granted. The crumbling buildings, overgrown vegetation, and silent bell tower all contribute to the island's eerie ambience. Despite attempts to auction the island, it remains deserted, shrouded in mystery and fear. 2. Eastern State Penitentiary, USA. We've previously covered Eastern State Penitentiary in detail in another video. If you haven't seen it yet, link in the description. Check it out. For now, let's continue with today's topic. 1. The Tower of London, England. The Tower of London, with its grim history of bloodshed and betrayal, stands as a brooding sentinel on the banks of the Thames. It is a place where the past refuses to stay silent, where the very stones seem to whisper the secrets of centuries gone by. As night falls, the ancient fortress transforms into a realm of shadows, and the spirits of those who met tragic ends within its walls begin to stir. In the pale moonlight, the ghost of Anne Boleyn roams the Tower Green where she met her tragic end. Visitors have reported seeing her spectral figure, sometimes with her head tucked under her arm, gliding silently across the grounds. Her presence is often felt most strongly near the chapel of St. Peter ad Vincula, where she is buried. On winter's night, a guard on duty fainted upon encountering a headless figure in the chapel, only to later describe the unmistakable visage of the ill-fated queen. Anne's restless spirit, marked by her unjust execution, continues to haunt the place that sealed her doom. Within the shadowy confines of the Bloody Tower, the tragic tale of the princes in the tower unfolds. Edward V and his younger brother Richard were confined here by their scheming uncle, Richard III. They disappeared without a trace, their fate shrouded in mystery. Yet, their spirits have not found peace. Late at night, the sound of childish sobbing often echoes through the tower. Guards and visitors alike have reported glimpsing two young boys in white nightgowns, holding hands and appearing forlorn. Their spectral forms, seen fleetingly in the gloom, evoke a deep sense of sorrow for their untimely demise. Every year, on the cold morning of February 12, a pale, shimmering figure appears on the tower's battlements. It is the ghost of Lady Jane Grey, the 9 Days Queen, executed at the tender age of 16. She is seen walking along the parapets, her expression one of resigned melancholy. Those who witness her apparition feel an overwhelming sense of sadness, as if the air itself carries the weight of her brief and tragic reign. Her spirit lingers, a poignant reminder of her innocence and the political machinations that led to her downfall. In the tranquil gardens of the tower, the ghost of Sir Walter Raleigh is often seen. Imprisoned here for many years, Raleigh was allowed to roam these gardens, and his spirit seems to have remained. Dressed in Elizabethan garb, he appears contemplative, sometimes pausing to gaze out over the river. Witnesses have described a feeling of profound peace and reflection when encountering Raleigh's ghost, as if his spirit finds solace in the gardens that once offered him a semblance of freedom. The identity of the White Lady remains a mystery, but her spectral form is a common sight near the White Tower. She is often seen waving from a window, her figure bathed in an eerie, ethereal glow. Visitors have reported the unmistakable scent of old-fashioned perfume accompanying her presence. The White Lady's ghostly appearances, combined with the scent of flowers long since wilted, create an atmosphere of timeless sorrow and longing. Margaret Pole's execution in 1541 was a gruesome affair, her death marked by violence and suffering. It is said that her spirit reenacts her final moments, her ghost running through the grounds in a frantic attempt to escape her executioner. Witnesses have reported hearing the anguished screams of the Countess, and some have seen a spectral figure fleeing in desperation. Her haunting presence serves as a chilling reminder of the brutal realities of Tudor justice. The tower's history includes a menagerie of exotic animals, gifts to the monarchy from foreign lands. Among these spectral remnants is the ghost of a bear, seen near the Martin Tower. In 1816, a sentry encountered this ghostly bear, which charged at him, causing him to collapse in terror. The sentry later died, and his encounter remains one of the tower's most unusual and frightening ghost stories. The spectral bear, a reminder of the tower's menagerie, occasionally materializes, startling those who dare to wander near its domain. The Tower of London, steeped in history and shrouded in mystery, continues to be a place where the past and present intersect. The spirits that dwell within its walls are more than mere echoes, they are vivid reminders of the human stories, filled with ambition, love, betrayal, and sorrow. As long as the tower stands, these ghosts will remain, their stories forever entwined with the history of one of Britain's most iconic landmarks.